Okay, example 7 says, on a small lake, a child swam from point A to point B at a bearing of north 28 degrees east. The child then swam to point C at a bearing of north 58 degrees west. Point C is 800 meters due north of point A. How many total meters did the child swim? All right, so let's sketch this out. So I'm going to start low because I noticed that he's swimming north. So let's start down here. And he's going north towards the east, 28 degrees. So we're going to draw a line here, and we know this angle right there is 28 degrees. So he goes to point B, so this was point A. He goes to point B here. And from point B, it says that he's swimming at a bearing of north 58 degrees to the west. So from the north, go towards the west, 58 degrees. So that's that angle out there. And it says point C is 800 meters due north. So wherever he stops swimming at is going to be directly up from, let's pretend that was straight, directly up from point A. So I'm going to extend that a little bit there. So this is my C. This is where he stops swimming at. So we know that this third side here is the 800 meters. All right, so how can I use this to help me? Well, we need to find what we can here because I want to know the total meters, so I need all my sides. So let's see, if I'm just going to label these, I got A, B, and C, so we know then that means that this over here is side A, and the 800 is side B, and so this other side then would be side C because it's always across from its angle. Over here at angle B, is there a way that I can find what that angle is equal to? There's a bunch of different ways. You know that the 58 degrees plus this little angle right there have to add to be 90. So if you take 90 minus 58, you find that this little angle here is 32 degrees. All right. Because if you look at the angle A down there, that 28 degrees, and this little angle right here, they're alternate interior angles because you got two parallel lines, the west-east lines on both of them, and that's what they call that transversal cutting through there. So they're alternate interior, which means they have the same measurement. So by the same token, then, this little angle right there is 90 minus 28, which is 62 degrees. So if you want this big angle right here, we add them together and we find that it is 94 degrees. And then we can add them together to give us angle C if we need it. So 28 plus 94, subtract that from 180, and we find that this angle here is 58 degrees as well, because angle C and angle B right there, this 58 that's right there, and the 58 we just did are alternate interior angles as well. So we didn't actually have to mathematically work that one out. All right, so I know all my angles. Now I just need to know my sides. Well, which ones do we know a side and an angle across from it? That would be my B's. So that's what we're going to use to help us. So we have 800 over sine of angle B, which says 94 degrees. And let's go find A first. So it's going to be side A over sine of the angle across from it, which is 28 degrees. So cross multiply and divide, and I'm not going to write it out this time. I'm just going to type it in my calculator. So 800 sine of 28, close the parenthesis, divided by sine of 94, enter. And I believe I got A is equal to 376.494, and it's meters. I'm going to use the same thing to help me find B. So find side C. Let me write, okay, so 800 over sine of 94 degrees equals side C over sine of its angle, which is 58 degrees. So I'm going to cross multiply and divide. So 800 times sine of 58 divided by sine of 94, and I find side C is 680.095. Well, remember, we're after the total meters he swam. So the total is going to be the three sides. So it's side A plus side B plus side C. So I end up with 376.494 approximately, plus side B was 800, that was given in the problem, plus side C, 680.095. I add those up and I get 1,856.589 meters. That's the total distance that that child swam.